12 مليون لبناني.
نحن 12 مليون لبناني
وابن لبناني. ممتلئين العالم عمران. وارتفاع جبين. إني حط سلاحي. وشرف سلاحي. خدمة لبنان. تيبقى لبنان. بأهله وترابه. بنهوره وجباله. بسماه وبحره. بلد خير وعطاء. وورشة إبداع. ويعرف السلام دائما. من ناقورة للنهر الكبير. من إمام الحرمون لشط بيروت. عاصمتنا الغالي. بحلف إني ضل حاضر. دائما قدام عيني. إنه في بلبنان. صراع واحد بس. هو الصراع. بين البد اللبناني. وطن أقزام. إن معظم مشاكل لبنان منذ الاستقلال حتى اليوم جاءت من العرب والعروبة، من بينها مشكلة الوجود الفلسطيني على أرض لبنان، وتضخم عدد الأغراب الذين هم بمعظمهم عربا، وتدفق الأسلحة والأموال لإغراق لبنان في حمام من الدم كما صرح أحد أقطاب العرب، ومحاولة ابتلاع الأمة اللبنانية ودمجها بالأمة العربية وجعلها من المهيج إلى الخليط كما حدث عام 1958.
At the beginning of the war, we, the guards of Cedars, we was clear, and we said that the problem of Lebanon was very complicated, and the main problem of Lebanon is exactly the presence of 600,000 Palestinians in Lebanon. You know that we are a small country, and Lebanon cannot accept 600,000 Lebanese Palestinians in Lebanon on 3 million Lebanese. And we said from the beginning that we must get rid of them, and the war in Lebanon will continue till that we put out the last Palestinian out of Lebanon. I think we have no choice. We have to continue the war against the Palestinians because this is our land, and Lebanon is our land, our home, and they have nothing to do in Lebanon. They have to find a country for them out of Lebanon. We accepted them 30 years. They destroyed our country, our institutions. They killed our families, and I think it's enough.
The Cairo Agreement in 1969 was imposed on the Lebanese government by the Palestinians, was an official acceptance of the Palestinian armed presence in Lebanon. 2. Thereupon, the Palestinians have established several small independent states within Lebanon. For example, the Palestinian camps can be considered as completely independent states, in addition to the actual Palestinian state in the South Lebanon between the Zahrani and the Litani rivers. 3. Fatahland was established 10 years ago in the south and was only eliminated by the last Israeli operation in the south. 4. The Syrian armed presence is in fact an effective occupation of a great part of Lebanese territory. Our deputies and politicians' sole endeavor lies in securing a seat in the future cabinet. Some have gone to the extent of imploring Syrian, Palestinian, and foreign embassies support for this purpose. This I say with a view to giving you a clear picture of the kind of politicians who, for the last 40 years, have ruled this country. They have been and still are directly responsible for its destruction. While the state is busy cheating the people and the deputies are racing for a seat in the cabinet, we Lebanese citizens are suffering A. Syrian and Palestinian invasion of our territory. B. 500,000 homeless. C. Utter poverty. D. Worry and despair after the 5-year war, which still looks endless. Hence, we hereby insist that it is the Lebanese resistance which has so far safeguarded the Lebanese legality, preserved Lebanon from vanishing, and sacrificed 4,000 brave warriors and 200,000 dead, wounded, and crippled, in addition to thousands of demolished houses. Let it be known to everyone that the Lebanese resistance shall not allow anyone to isolate her, for it is this resistance which isolates whoever deserves isolation whenever she deems it necessary. While the Lebanese resistance rejects radically the state's traditional policy, she undertakes to stop corruption and promote reform.
You know, my name is Etienne Sakr, known as Abu Arz. My son is Arz. So Abu Arz is the father of Arz, of Cedars. I was born in Lebanon, 1937. And I was officer in the security. And I was in different places in the Lebanese regions, in south, north, and then I went to the presidential palace. President Fuad called me, and he wanted me to be in the palace, in the presidential palace. So I was there for a few years. President Charles Hello and Gemayel, and I left. After I left, I established an insurance company. And because I have a lot of friends and people and the public relation, I got them from the presidential palace. So I did a very good business. I won a lot of money. It was in the beginning of 72, 73, the war started between the Palestinians and the Lebanese army. The Palestinians, it means all the Palestinian organization with Arafat, Fatah, etc., all the organization. So they started to fight with the Lebanese army. The political I call them political gang that we have still. They were very weak, and instead of giving order to the army to smash them, and it was easy to smash them. And the Lebanese army was very strong. They didn't give the order to the army to finish to smash them. So it was a sign for us to prepare ourselves, because if the army is not ready to fight the enemy, so we have to fight instead of the army. And this is what happened. So 72, 73, I started to buy weapons from the money I earned from the insurance company.
You bought them out of your own money?
Own money, my own money.
The other members of the party, did they spend money for the weapons, or it was from your money?
After I start, always one start and the other they follow. So the pioneers, they start before.
The other parties have started as well, or
No,
you
they
were
were older than me. The Kataib was born on 1936. The PNL Shamoun was in 1958. 58.
They were buying weapons before you or after you?
They had some and they buy after, and then from Israel.
So you did the start for
I
buying weapons?
With my money, I used to go to Baalbek, to the Shia. I had friends there and start to buy weapons. And we got a training camp, and we start to train the people in 1974. 75, 13 April 75, the war started. So we were ready. We started by few people.
You remember the number?
Well, not more than 15, 20 people. But the snowball, the snowball, we start to get the people from everywhere to join us.
So in the beginning, from a country of 3 million, it was 15, 20 people?
15, this is the people that we started with. And you know that Sakr, the big poet in Lebanon, he was our, we call him our master, if you want. The ideology is coming from him and some others. So he was in Zahli. So I sent the army to bring him with the tank to Beirut. And we started a newspaper, a small newspaper. And he was writing, I was writing, some other intellectual people were writing. And this newspaper, we used to sell 20,000 per week, 20,000. People were paying, people were rich at the beginning of the war. And from this money, we start to buy more weapons. And so we spread our party all over the Christian countries, Christian region. We started, the moment we started the war, it means that when the army collapsed, the Lebanese army collapsed, we have created another army. And this is the point. How to create an army from the students, from the school. All our fighters were coming from the school. Some students, they know nothing about war, nothing about weapons, and they were very strong fighters by time. So the point that we have created an army instead of the army, and it was against the will of the Americans. The point was, 1975, who was against us? Half of the Lebanese. The Muslims, the others, they were pro-Palestinian. Inside. Outside, all the Arab regimes, all of them, except nobody, all of them were against us. Europe was neutral. Europe was neutral. America was against us, I will tell you why. Soviet Union was against us because Arafat was a very close friend to the Soviet Union. And Assad of Syria had a what you call a defense treaty with Soviet Union. So Soviet Union was against us. America was against us. Why? Because Kissinger, and this is the, if you call it, plot. Kissinger was in '73 in the area after the war of Yom Kippur. If you remember, 1973 was the war of Yom Kippur. So when the war stopped, they sent Kissinger to establish the lines between Syria and Israel, between Egypt and Israel. So when he finished the job, after the 7-8 months, and he found Assad very clever man and very Sadat was a big man, and Menachem Begin in Israel. So he admired these people. And he was thinking how to fix the problem between the Arabs and the Israel. How can we fix this problem? He was thinking. And he was hearing during he was in the area for 1 year, maybe more, maybe less. He was thinking, but he was hearing that in Lebanon there is war, there is problem in Lebanon. What was the war? Where was it? Started the war between the PLO and the Lebanese army. And the PLO was stronger and started to dominate the other areas, not the Christian one. So he said, this is the solution. Let us go to Lebanon to see what's going on. He called the Lebanese government and told them, I want to visit Lebanon. So they couldn't, he couldn't come to the airport because the airport was under the domination of the PLO. So how to come to Lebanon? And the government cannot secure him. So they told him to come to Rayak. Rayak, it's a small military airport. So he came to Rayak, and they went by car. President Franji, Saab Salam, Awaini was, Hassan Awaini was the foreign minister. They went by car to Rayak, and they met Kissinger. He found that they are nothing. Half an hour elapsed. He said, this is the solution. The problem between the Arabs and Israel is that there is a people who have no country. So these people is the Palestinians. And they are dominating Lebanon, controlling Lebanon. Let them take Lebanon. So easy. And the Americans are pragmatic, you know. 1 + 1 makes 2. They don't care about religion, Christian. If they are controlling Lebanon, let them take Lebanon. And the problem between the Arabs and Israel will be fixed. So, and he started to push the Palestinians to take over Lebanon, to invade Lebanon. And this was the most dangerous point. America was against us, Soviet Union, all the Arabs. Europe was neutral, and we were alone. Without army. but they don't know the history of Lebanon. The history of Lebanon was always like this. Can I have the map, please? You have here, okay, this is Lebanon. If you know this map, if you know how to read this map, so you understand Lebanon. And few people know how to read this map. You see it now? Is it clear? Okay. Here you have the sea. Lebanon is a block of mountain, you see? All is mountain. Lebanon is a block of mountain. Starts from the north to the south. Block of mountain. And there is two chains of mountain. One chain and the other chain, they are parallel. And these two chains, they فصلوا.
They divide.
They divided the Lebanon from the desert. Here is a desert. Here you have Damascus and the desert. So you have the desert and the mountains here, and all the Lebanese villages here, they have the face to the sea. So our face is to the sea, and our back is to the desert. It means that we are closer to Cyprus, to Greece, to Italy than the Arabs, because this is our face, our direction is here. So the key of the Lebanese people, look, here you have the mountain, the Christian mountain, and here you have the Druze mountain, the Shuf. Here you have the Shuf and the Maronite here. The two mountains, when they are together, nobody can invade Lebanon. Nobody. The problem is that they are divided. So this mountain where the Maronite are, before the Maronite, they called here the fighters al-Muqaddamin. Before the Muqaddamin, they were the fighters here were named بعد جراجمي. So before the Christian, before the Maronite, Marada, bravo. The Marada, and before the Marada, Jarajmi. So since thousands of years, before Christianity, before Islam, before the Judaism, the people of this mountain were always fighting the invaders who were coming to Lebanon. So this is, we get it from it's genetic. We got this sense of fighting against the foreigners without army. So I will give you one example. In the 6th century, when the Arab invasion, the Muslims, the Islam invasion came, they arrived to Spain and to Europe. But here when they came to the coast, they controlled the coast, but they couldn't go to the mountain. So the Marada used to come down and to fight them, to come and to go back, fighting them until the army was finished here. So the Caliph came to Beirut and he started to negotiate with the Marada, and he paid money for them, and Arab horses he gave them just to stop fighting them. So this this Arab invasion, Islamic invasion, who went to Europe, they couldn't go to the Lebanese mountain. So this, when we were fighting in 1975, when we created our own army, 1975, the Americans were astonished. How did you get this army? They used to come to us to tell us, go home, don't fight. We advise you to go home, don't fight, because in 5 days they kick you in the sea. We told them, you go home and let us do the job. So at the beginning, the war was very difficult. Very, we were few and not ready. And some people had hunting weapon. And the Palestinians were prepared, and they were the PLO, the organization was strong and young, and they have all kind of mercenaries from everywhere, Polisario, Bangladesh, from everywhere, from Egypt, and they got battalion from Jordan, Al-Yarmouk battalion, from Iraq, Al-Qadisiyya battalion, from Egypt, another battalion, from Syria, 2 battalions, Al-Sa'iqa and the Army of Liberation, the Palestinian Army of Liberation, who make crimes and assassinate people in the north of Lebanon, Akkar, north of Lebanon. So all this, plus the organization, Fatah and the other, all of them were fighting us, plus America against us, plus the United Soviet Union, plus the Arabs. It was very difficult at the beginning. After a few months, President Gemayel called me, he told me, look, what if we go and take the camp of Jisr Basha? Jisr Basha, it's in Tel Zaza, but down, it's Palestinian. I told him, why Jisr Basha? He told me, because it's small and Christian, so we can take it and make no reaction. I told him, you cannot take it, because Tel Zaza is up. So military, you cannot go inside. So he asked me what we do. I told him, we take Tel Zaza.
That was after Karantina.
After Karantina, exactly. Because Karantina was done by the Kataib, so Shamoun said, we make this one because he want to get some popularity. I told him, Tel Zaza. I told him, can we take Tel Zaza? I told him, yes, if we want, we can take. He told me how much fighters you can give. I told him, as much as you give. So next week, I called all our fighters, who were already spread everywhere. And we had 500 fighters with complete suits, military suits, rangers, Kalashnikov or others, 16, ready, 500. And they came to the headquarters. Our headquarters was near the Shamoun headquarters. And we were on the streets where Shamoun was. He was in the third floor, because he could come down, he came down. So he started to, and he went and came and he told me, Tel Zaza. So my secretary gave him the badge on his left hand. He kept the badge 1.5 years. All the war wonderful. The badge of the guardian of the Cedars, not the Ahrar.
Yeah.
And after that, he went to Israel. Menachem Begin told me later. He went to Israel. And he told them, we want to occupy Tel Zaza, to liberate Tel Zaza. Tel Zaza was the strongest camp for the Palestinians. They told him, they gave him everything. So next day, the ships were coming from Israel, full of weapons. So we started to prepare for Tel Zaza, and in 1976, we started the invasion of Tel Zaza. A problem happened between us and the Kataib. They stopped the battle, so it was very bad. We came back, we told them to go back, and next day we started again. But they were prepared because we tried to surprise them. So this surprise, we lost the next day. Instead of taking 10, 15 days, and it took 52 days, and a lot of people died. But when we finished Tel Zaza, we occupied Tel Zaza, Arafat was finished. This was the beginning of his end. So the Americans came to us, started to speak with us. Instead of telling us, go home, they were speaking to us. And we changed all this plot, if you want to call it plot. We changed it by this. So to know how the Lebanese people, I think nobody can do this. When you don't have army, all the world are against you, and you create an army, and you fight, and you win. This is something special, I think. But the big problem of the Maronite, that they fight each other. Now I want to correct you something. You say always civil war, civil war, civil war. It was not the civil war. When you say civil war, it means between Lebanese. So what about the Palestinians? Are they Lebanese? So it's not a civil war. Thousands of Lebanese died in Lebanon. Thousands. Somebody speak about 100, 120. And then the Syrians came. And thousands of the Syrians died on the Lebanese territory. So how can it be civil war when you have thousands of Palestinians and Syrians dying on our land? So it's not a civil war. It was a war, if you want to name this war. What is the war? It's a war, Palestinian - Syrian - Iranian war against Lebanon. This is how you define the definition of the war. The war of the Palestinians - Syrians - Iranians against the Lebanese, against Lebanon. It's not civil war. Second, we have Muslim fighters and Muslim martyrs who died with us. So what you call that? From outside, it looks like the war was between Christian and Muslim. It looks like this, but deep down it's not that. I told you about the mountain. This is the Druze mountain. Let us take the Druze mountain if you want. Here, from Jezin up, you have villages. You have in the same village, you have Christian and Druze living together. And you have villages, Christian one, Druze one, Christian one, Muslim one, Christian one, Shia one. So this means that we don't have this problem. As you have this in Pila, you have Turkish and Greek, and they are living together peacefully. So deep down, it's not. If I tell you that the Christian leaders now, they are married to Muslim women. Sami Gemayel, his wife is from Tripoli, Muslim. Sami Gemayel. Tony Frangier, the son of Sami Frangier, his wife is Muslim. Walid Jumblat, the head of the Druze, the leader of the Druze, he gave his daughter to a Maronite, the son of Pierre Dyer, the owner of the LBC television. So the Druze is giving his daughter, and they got a baby. They went to the church to baptize the dead. Jumblat was in the church and getting the candle and like everybody. So in Lebanon it's different. It's not Christian against Muslims. It's not that. It's political. It's not as you're saying that the fight is between Christian and Muslim. Now Hezbollah, the majority are Shia. But first of all, a lot of Shia are against Hezbollah. Okay? A lot of Shia are against Hezbollah. And the Christian, majority of the Christians are against Hezbollah. The Sunni are against Hezbollah. The Druze are against Hezbollah. So how can it be civil war? It's not civil war. So this is the remark I wanted to give you, not to call it civil war. It's against. It's not true. It's not true, and it helps our enemies because they say these Lebanese are fighting each other. It's not right. And the third thing, very important, this one. If you make a statistic, how much Christians were killed by Christians, or how much Christians were killed by Muslims or Palestinians, the Christians who were killed by Christians, the number is higher. Aoun and Zaza, this fight, this silly fight, this mistake, this crime they did. So, and why they fight each other? For power, money and power. Money and power.
I want to ask first about the invasion of the Palestinians in the 70s. I want to ask, okay, you were some few people that saw what is coming and you bought weapons.
Yeah.
The normal people, the regular people, how did they see this invasion and the army fighting those people in the refugee camps that they are armed and they can do whatever they want? How the regular people were seeing this?
The regular people, they always, when you have a crisis, you have three kinds of people. The pioneer, second, the people who follow the pioneer, and the third, the mass, who follow, you see? So it depends on the leader. If you have leader, the people will follow. And the problem when you have bad leaders, instead of taking you to the field, they take you to the quarantine, to the slaughtering. So these bad leaders like Mr. Aoun and Mr. Zaza, when they killed each other, bad leaders. When we lost the Christian area, if you call, or the liberated area, the Christian area, the Christians lost everything. And when the Christians are weak, the whole Lebanon becomes weak, the whole Lebanon, because we are the head. And this is another, I will explain you why the head is there. This is another, later I will explain to you.
Okay, because first I want to ask if the regular people were expecting a big war when the Palestinian invasion happened.
Yeah.
They were expecting that the big war was happening, or
We
they.
expect, the leader can have vision. The ordinary people, they don't have vision. So they follow, and they were. If we need 50 fighters to go and occupy a place, we're asking for 50. 100 were coming. Volunteers, 100 were coming. No, we need only 50. Go home. So the people were very excited, very ready to fight, to die even. And this is coming from our ancestors, in the genetic.
Before we go to the historical part, I want to ask about the party. What was its political stance, its ideology, the economic program that it would have? Tell us some information about that.
This is the difference between us and the other parties. I'm sorry to tell you that all the parties in Lebanon, especially the Christians, they have no ideology. Lebanon. But they don't have ideology like the leftists have, like the communists. And this is the weakness of the right. They should have ideology. Because you follow ideas, don't follow a person. The Qatar Party, it is a party of Gemayel family. The Shamoun Party, the Liberal Party, it's a party of Shamoun, of the family of Shamoun. Until when? When they go, the party is finished. So if you have ideology, the ideologies stay. They cannot finish. The thoughts, they remain. So we were preparing for the party before the war with the thinkers of Lebanon, like Cedars, like Maimor, Jawad Boulos, very important historic person, Fuad Frem Bistani, Charles Malik, who was in the United Nations representing Lebanon. All these people together, who were always, every Tuesday, we were meeting together before the war and preparing a new party with ideology. And all these thoughts, I put them in books, in 4 or 5 books, and I wrote them. That's why we have ideology. When Abu Arz goes, they have something to continue. It will not finish with the end of one person. So you have and our ideology, it starts by, it's a big story. It's a big story. I cannot say everything. First of all, starting by Lebanon. All the Christian parties, they say that Lebanon is Arabic. We say that Lebanon was never Arabic. Never. Lebanon was Lebanese since 7,000 years. And you have an historian by the name of a British one. His name is
Arnold Toynbee.
huh?
Arnold Toynbee.
Arnold Toynbee he says that the first land who got a name in history was Lebanon. 7,000 years ago. And this identity of Lebanon, the Lebanese people kept it until yesterday, when the Turkish came, the Ottoman Empire. They tried to delete our identity, Lebanese. They kept it, and when the Ottoman left, came the French. When the French left, we had our independence, 1943. 1945, our president said that we have to go to the Arab League, and Lebanon is Arabic, and they start to say that Lebanon is Arabic. This is not right. This is a crime to our identity. That's why we say nobody in our party, nobody says that Lebanon is Arabic. Even we are not speaking Arabic. When we speak the Lebanese language, it's the Lebanese language coming from the Assyrian, the Syriac. From the Syriac is coming from the Aramaic. And the Aramaic coming from the Phoenician language. Look, it's like this. But you have three sister languages. The Aramaic, if you want to say the Aramaic, the Arabic, and the Hebrew. These are the three Semitic languages. They are sister languages, but they are not the same roots. They are similar, but not the same. So the Lebanese language that we speak, it's not Arabic. It's coming from the Aramaic, from the Phoenician Aramaic, like this. And the Arabic now, the Egyptian, they speak the dialect, the Arabic dialect, not like us. The Hebrew of the Torah, the Old Hebrew, it's not the same now, because the language changed, it becomes more, the Old Greek is not like the Greek of today. So the English of Shakespeare is not like the English of today. So our language that we are speaking now every day at home and with everybody is the Lebanese language, coming from the Syria, from the Aramaic, from the Phoenician, this language. So we are not speaking Arabic. We are not Arabic as identity. We are Lebanese. This is the first, very important. Second, we say about the Lebanese nation. We speak about the Lebanese. We believe in the Lebanese nation. It means that all the Lebanese on this land who are Lebanese for 7 generations, Lebanese on this land, they are Lebanese. And they make one nation, not Christian, Muslim, and like, because we are one. It's not like now some parties in Lebanon say we want to divide Lebanon between Christian and Muslim. This is not right. They will weaken Lebanon. Lebanon is one nation. The problem of Lebanon, in 2 words, it's not the people. The problem of Lebanon is the head. The head is sick. The head is sick. The body is good, is healthy. The head is sick. You have to change the head. We have a mafia in the government. The mafia, all of them mafia. They stole the money of the people from the banks. We have the biggest mafia in the world who are governing Lebanon. So we have to change the head, not the body. The people are good. If you change the head and you put the good people, the elite on the head, you will get one of the most beautiful, strongest country in the world.
I have here a conversation that you did with Suleiman Frangia regarding this thing.
Yeah.
Yes. He told you in 78
Yeah, I remember.
in Angeles that we have to divide Lebanon because a country with 2 heads is not viable. Which you answered that you cannot divide the country, at least not in a geographical sense. Christian, Muslim, and Druze villages are in close proximity to each other, and a number of Lebanese localities have mixed populations. And you said also, besides, the day you divide Lebanon is the day I move to live on the Muslim side, because in your proposed Maronite Christian state, the people will soon be at each other's necks.
This is exactly what happened. 1978, 2-3 months before the massacre of Tony Frangigi, Islamia Frangigi, the father, was in near Beirut, in the suburb of Beirut. And I used to go every 2-3 days to visit him. We were very close friends. And one day he was alone. I arrived. He told me he was smoking. He told me, I thought too much. And I think that the solution in Lebanon is to divide. I was president, and the country with two heads cannot live. Because I respected them very much, I wanted to tell him, when there is a good head, another head cannot go. When you have a head, it's head. Like at home, if you are a man, your wife will not make another man. So a head is a head, a good head. I didn't say that. I told him that the mountain is for thousands of years. Christians and Muslims are together. Druze, Christians, Shia together, living for thousands of years. It means what? This has meaning. For thousands of years they're living together. You don't take the towns, because in the town you have a mix of people. But the villages, all the villages are together, living for thousands of years. So I told him, how can you divide one village? You have house, Druze house and Christian house. How can you put the line between the houses or between the villages? It's impossible. It's a mountain. It's not a flat, it's not a desert you can put lines. But if one day you succeed to divide, I go and live with the other side, with the Druze, I think I said, because I respect them very much. Why? I told them, because you Christian, you killed each other. After 2-3 months, they killed his son and his wife and his daughter. And he left Beirut and he went to the north. Who killed Danny Shamon? Then it's okay, not you.
Me, but a question
Danny Shamon.
after some part, it is for me to ask you about this
The same, it's signed. The man, the wife, and the daughter. Shamon, Danny, not Tony, Danny, his wife, and 2 children. And they were hiding. They went to their rooms and to look for them, and they found them, they shoot them. Who made this? The same person.
Regarding the same person, I have some questions about it later. I would like first to speak about, I have some questions about you and your party first, and then we can move to the historical part of the interview.
We believe, as ideology, we believe in Trinity: God, human being, and Lebanon. God, human being, and Lebanon. If somebody don't believe in God, he cannot be a member of us. He can help us, can work with us, okay, but we don't give him the idea. God, for us, is God. We believe in God. And the three quality of God, the major quality is love, freedom, المحبة والمعرفة and la connaissance, the
Knowledge.
knowledge. So love, God is love. Knowledge and
Freedom.
freedom. The man, human being, because he is the picture of God, he should be the man of love, freedom, and knowledge. Lebanon is the only country who can say that he is the country of love, freedom, and knowledge. Why? Because the God of Lebanon before Christianity was El. So El, it's the big God of the Phoenician. So why they call Israel? All this El, it's coming from El, the God of the Phoenician. Even the angels, Raphael, Gabriel, El. So El of the Phoenician, they found in Ugarit. Ugarit was in Tartus, in Latakia. They found inscription there. This El was telling his people, go and spread love everywhere, and plant, spread peace everywhere, and plant love in the earth. This was 3,000 before Jesus Christ, and Jesus came and said the same thing. We are the only people that we never fought somebody outside. We never went outside to invade our neighbors or fight. All our fights were fight of defense. We never attacked people to dominate them. It was Lebanon, always were, the people was searching for peace and spreading peace everywhere. But when it comes to self-defense, we fight well. So this is part of our ideology. It's we have books about that. And this is the main. We give you some books about. We have. It's translated to English. الفصول في اللغة القومية. I will send you one book.
Thank you.
It's in English.
Thank you.
We have it on the.
Yes, I will arrange for it.
Well,
Thank you. I want to ask now about you, personally. What's your relationship with religion?
I am very good Christian at church, but in politics I am very good Lebanese. And Lebanon was before Christianity. Lebanon was before Christianity, before Islam, before Judaism. So I am Lebanese before being Christian. When it comes to myself, to my church, my believing God, I'm Christian. Very good Christian. Yeah, practice.
First you are Lebanese,
Lebanese.
and then Christian. You have claimed one cannot be a great Lebanese if one is not a good Christian.
I said that because the big Fakhruddin, the great Fakhruddin, who was Druze, he died as Christian. But he was the biggest Lebanese. And he spread Lebanon, he spread Lebanon from Lataki to Akko, to Damascus, to the Ghouta of Damascus, the big. This is the Phoenician borders. What I show you, this is the only country where the borders are natural borders. Look the borders of Lebanon. These are Lebanese region. The Syrian took this from us. So we are here. The whole mountain is for us. The whole mountain. So the borders of Lebanon are natural. You see?
Yes.
Nobody.
Nobody drew it.
Yes, nobody do it. It was done by nature. And our enemy, historically, our enemy was always Damascus. The desert against the mountain. This was the problem of Lebanon. Always the danger was coming from the desert, not from the north, not from the south. With Israel, we have very good relation in history. Very good relation. We built the temple of Solomon. Temple. Who built it? King Solomon asked the king of Tyre, who is king of Tyre, not Melkar, Hiram. He asked him to send him engineer and cedars of Lebanon, trees. So he sent them trees, and he sent the famous engineer Ahiram Abi. They went and he built the temple. And when he finished, he gave the king of Tyre gold and 32 villages from the south, from the Galilee. But the king Hiram, he refused to take the villages. So very good relation with the Israeli. And both, we fought the Palestinians. From where come the Palestinians? You know from where they come? They call them the people of the sea. They came from the Greek islands.
Crete.
Not only Crete, from
Ionian Sea.
from a lot of islands, because they came thousands and thousands. They started by Ugarit. They burned Ugarit, the village where Lataki is. It was the Phoenician one. They burned it. They came to Sidon. They burned it, and they continued to Israel and start to fight the Israeli. So Israel is for the Israeli, not for the Palestinians. They were there before with Abraham and all the king of Israel. They came by 1200 BC, the Palestinians, and they start to fight, and they are still fighting until today. You see? So, but when the Palestinians say that they came from outside to kick us from our land, it's not right. It's originally the land of Israel. And never in history was established a Palestinian state. Never. You can't find in history a Palestinian state. Never. But Israel was always Israel.
There were Muslims that converted to Christianity in your party.
And that's why I said, you cannot be good Christian unless all the Muslims who fought with us, they came to me. They told me, we want to become Christian. I don't know, stay Muslim. So they went there to the church, to the priest, and they became Christian, all of them. We didn't force them to do that. No, at the opposite, tell them, no, stay most of them. It means something, You know what? Why the famous families, the big families, the Druze families, Abu Lama, all are Emir Abu Lama. All the family of Abu Lama all of them became Christian Maronite. They were Druze. Shihab, General Fuad Shihab, they were Sunnah. And Emir, Prince, all of them, they became Christian. Harfush, they were Shia from Balba, the prince of Balba. All the Harfush became Maronite. The Hashim, who are in Akura now, this big family. They say that they are coming from the Prophet Muhammad, Hashimi. They became Maronite, they are Maronite. So there's something here. If you go to the Middle East, the Christians are going to Islam. In Lebanon, the Islam are becoming Christian. Something. Yeah.
Your party was pure. No drugs, no stealing,
Never.
no crimes.
Never.
You didn't see it in other parties during the war?
No, they were stealing. In 1978, the 100 days, Syria was shelling with big cannons, and they destroyed the whole Christian area. I was in Beit Mary because I have connection with Saad Haddad and with the north, so I have to go there to listen. When this fight finished, I went to Ashrafi, the Christian area. It was destroyed, everything was destroyed. Even the roads, you cannot. We got bulldozer to clean the roads. And they told me that some of your people, they stole. I cannot hear that. When you fight, you cannot steal. When you steal, you cannot fight. Or you are thief, or you are fighter. If you are a thief, you cannot be fighter. You don't have time to fight. When you fight, you do not have time to steal. So that's why I make my investigation. I know that 4 of them, yes, because the Kataib, the Ahrar, all of them were stealing. The whole houses were open, stealing. Some of ours, they took, I called them. I don't like to say that, but I got this whip, big one. I did what I have to do. I took their ID and I sent them, go to the Kataib, go to the Ahrar, but don't stay here. It was a lesson for the others. Never. If you want to fight, you have a cause, sacred cause like our cause, so you fight and full stop. You don't steal. You don't shoot at your, you don't shoot your fellow. It means we never shot one from our allies from our parties. Again, opposite what they did, the Kataib. The massacre of Ed, massacre of Safra against Ahrar, massacre between the Lebanese army and the Lebanese forces. And what was the result? That's why our decision was at the beginning. You are not allowed, it's totally forbidden to shoot one against Lebanese, Christian or Muslims. And your fellows, it's normal not to shoot at your force. And we never did this. This was the big mistake that led to lose all the achievement. We lost everything because of that.
How was the people's stance to you that you held morals while other parties did not hold morals?
Well, everybody, when they say Abu Arz, everybody knows. When you go now, I am 30 years outside, 33 years outside. Wherever you go, they say Abu Arz, this is a good man, pure man. Well, this is our capital, the reputation, good reputation, not money.
This says a lot about both what kind of man you are and the party that will build.
You know from where the Kataib got their money?
No.
The port in Beirut, 1975, was the port of the Middle East. Billions of goods and money. Billions.
The Kataib held the board.
They put their hand on and they start to sell it. And they bought all the houses and they make TV, they make radio, they make...
Someone could say that you were a true nationalist because other parties were accepting Christian foreigners, let's say Assyrians, let's say Copts, that they were coming to Lebanon. They were absorbed by, I don't know, the Kataib. I'm very sure that they had such people inside.
The Liberal Party.
And the Ahrar.
Shamoun, they got the Syria. A lot of Syria came from Syria, yeah.
Why didn't you do it?
Look, I believe in something more complex. If you go, let us say, if you go to, let us say, to France or to Spain, and Spain suddenly declare the war against, or somebody invaded Spain, do you go and fight with the Spanish? If you are not Spain, you don't feel. You don't feel as Spanish. So I am in Cyprus for 20 years. If, God forbid, they have an invasion from Turkey, I don't feel Cypriot to go and to make like I made in Lebanon. You don't have this feeling, this patriotism. This patriotism, it's not coming like this. You need at least 200 years, 7 generations. There is no pure people, pure race, what you call it, pure ethnic. There's no pure people because of invasions. Because of they go, they come. You have people are. It needs for 7 generations to become Cypriot. I have to stay here 7 generations. My children, my grandchildren, seven generations. After 7 generations, you become the son of the land. The son of the land. And then you can fight if somebody will come to invade Cyprus, you can fight. You feel this patriotism that as the Cypriot. But now we cannot feel that. That's why the people they get, the Christian who came to fight with us because they are Christian, they didn't fight. They want, when they saw a fridge or something, they want to steal it to put in the house because they have a new house. They were not they were not fighting like us. They had weapons, but they were not fighters. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Why you should die for a country that he just came to this country? He's new. That's why the Muslims who fought with us, they were like us. Very strong, courageous, brave. The others, no.
All right, now that we have said all these things about the party and you, I want to return to the historical part of the interview. Something that I knew, and it changed my mind when I read your biography. It was about the Lebanese Forces. Everywhere that you look and read, you see that Bashir started the Lebanese Forces, but it isn't true, is it?
I will tell you the story. When we finished Zaza, first of all, Qatar, they didn't fight with us in Zaza. Zaza was the summit. They didn't come. Not one Qatar. We did it, Shamoun, myself, some of Tanzim. But when this fight finished, Zaza, the Ahrar, were very proud of themselves. Next day, they were, Ahrar and Qatar were against each other, want to fight each other. So I said, look, Bashir, then this, if you start like this, we will lose everything. Everything. So I called them for a meeting in my headquarters. I told them we have to do something in order to avoid any fight between ourselves. So we start the idea of Lebanese Forces. And what was, it was in my office. We got some lawyers and they start to write the law and everything about it. And the idea was not to join not to make one party, Lebanese Forces. The parties, the four parties, Qatar, Ahrar, ourselves, and Tanzim. The parties will be parties free, your own idea, your own, you keep your own idea, your own political line, etc. But we put all the weapons in the Lebanese forces in order not to fight each other. This was the idea. To unify the guns, the weapons, unify the weapons, not the parties. And here they make mistakes, some people. We didn't unify the parties. The parties are separate, are free. So Bashir, when I proposed him as to be president, why? Danny was here, Bashir was here, Dr. Gemayel was here, he was the founder of Tanzim, myself. And everybody wanted to be the leader of the Lebanese Forces. So after negotiation, I told them, Bashir. Why Bashir? First of all, he was charismatic. Second, the biggest party on the ground. Third, to protect Danny and the others, because if I say Danny, next day he will kill him. I'm sorry to say that. So to protect Danny and the others, Bashir. And it was a good choice, but Bashir, what he did, he used the Lebanese forces to become the president. It became the Lebanese forces a party above the parties, and this is wrong. It was not the idea to make a party above the four parties. It was just what you call, I don't know, not a party, it's a hayat.
A united army.
Military
Yes, it was organization, if you want. But all the weapons will go there in order not to fight each other. This was the goal of this, the objective. But they used it, and now Zaza installed it. When we established the Lebanese Forces, he was in Sharri, in his village, and he was member of Qatar. So all the fight with the Tarzata and this and the Lebanese Forces, he has nothing to do with that, nothing. When he came and we make the first intifada, the first intifada, okay, we make it against Fuad Abu Nader and Gemayel. It was my condition. No one drop of blood. Because Zaza came to me 2 times, tell me, please come with us to make this intifada against Fuad, against no. Keep me out of your problems. Bro. Next time he told me it's not against Fuad Abu Nader because he is very good one. It's against Amin Gemayel, and Amin Gemayel was, I told him if it's against Amin, I accept, but one condition. The condition not 1 drop of blood. He told me, promise. Promise? Promise. Okay, I go. And we did it without blood. The first one, 1985. 1985. Before it was no leader for this intifada. And then something happened. We voted for Huba to be the leader.
We know what happened with the paper,
Zaza,
with the letter. We know what happened. It's not a secret about the letter.
when we said that we promote Zaza said, the first he said yes, I knew that he's going to kill her. I saw that. He's going to kill me. And start to prepare. So I was busy with the tripartite, the accord that we did with Syria, that we called Ittifaq Sulasi, the
trio.
Tripartite agreement.
agreement.
It's the translation in English is the tripartite agreement.
And this was excellent. This was excellent. If you compare this to Taif, this is the best. Taif agreement. They changed the constitution. But the tripartite agreement, it was just a ceasefire between the parties.
Didn't that
So
make
Zaza, he cancelled this, the tripartite agreement, and he accepted the Taif agreement. Look, the big mistake he did. And he, 86, he came from Gemayel, and he made the intifada alone against Huba. The first one it was together and no blood. The next one he did it alone, and more than 300, 400 Christians died to take the Lebanese forces by force. And we didn't vote for him. He was not elected. This is the only one who was not elected. Until now he's not elected. And that's why I say he's not the leader of the Lebanese Forces. It's not. We elect them. The founder, I'm still alive. I can't say yes or no. But he didn't ask for it. He took it by force, and he stole all the legacy, all the history of the Lebanese Forces, even the martyrs. And now he's celebrating the martyrs. Has nothing to do. He was not there. He was not fighting with us. He didn't fight. And now he is the head of the Lebanese Forces. Which Lebanese Forces?
I have some questions about Samir Zaza. I prefer to first finish about the Gemayels and the Kataib, and because Samir Zaza and Hubeika and their Intifada are more recent than the Gemayels, they're more recent years, I prefer to tell them later. I want first to talk about Gemayels, then we go to Zaza, Hubeika, and Intifada. You told me before that the Kataib didn't participate in Tal al-Zata.
No.
I know a story about the 100 Days War in Ashrafiyeh, that the Kataib wanted to give water to the Syrians.
Yes, no, it was a fight when the Syrians came to Lebanon. The Lebanese front, Pierre Gemayel, Camille Chamon, Frangi, they welcomed the Syrians. I refused. And I went to Gemayel, to Chamon, to everybody, and I was shouting, you are bringing the wolf to take care of the lambs. Go and read history. They know nothing about history. They wanted the Syrians in the Christian area where it was directly after Tal Zata. You liberate Tal Zata, and the Syrians came 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks after, to stay in the same place where the Palestinians were. So I went to the mountain as I refused the Syrians, and this they welcomed the Syrians. Pierre Gemayel sent his people to throw rose and rice on the Syrians to come when they were coming. So it was in 76. 78, when I was in the mountain, Bashir went there to meet me, and Kamish Amun came. I told them, prepare yourself for a fight against the Syrians. It will be our big fight with them. Okay, we'll see. 78, boom. We start to fight the Syrians to kick them out from the Christian area. And we did it. Because they were idiots to take the big buildings, the high buildings. So in half an hour we sieged them and we started to kill them. And the bodies it was very hot in summertime, and the body, the smell, they were shouting, please take us, we want to give up, hearing them on the radio. They were shouting, asking to give up, etc., etc. After 2-3 months, Mr. Assad decided to withdraw from the Christian area, and they left. So this was the mistake of the Lebanese front. Why they accept the Syrians to come inside?
But during the 100 Days War, I have read that the Kataib wanted to supply them with water.
Yes, from time to time, you see, ceasefire please, stop fire please, we want to negotiate, Sometimes they were asking for water, for food. If I give them water, they will not leave. So you should not give no water, no food.
Why the Qatar was giving them?
Okay, they like to make politics with them. We don't make politics. Well, fight is fight. War is war. When you have to fight, you have to fight. You cannot joke with fight. You have to win. And this is the problem.
When the Syrians came in '76, the Lebanese front, did they ask you to sign for the Syrians to stay?
No. This was until Zaza. They came with a paper signed by the Palestinians to cease fire, to stop the fire. And they called me to come. I came. Bashir was there, and he told me, "If you want to, never." I refused to sign. Not only because I don't want to cease fire, because I will not sign, put my signature with the signature of the Palestinian. He's a guest in my home. He's my enemy. I don't sign with him. President Assad, he was friend with President Saleh Faraji. And President Saleh Faraji was a very close friend to me, and he was considering me like Tony, his son. But he was with Assad like very old friends. Faraji was asking me, after he used to go to see Assad and come back, he told me, Abu Arz, President Assad is asking me why Abu Arz is attacking me. All my articles or my conference press, I was attacking Hafez Assad personally, not Syria, Hafez Assad. Tell Abu Arz, what do you want? I am ready to give him. Why is attacking me? So Saleh Faraji told me, what do you want? You are always attacking him. Very simple. Let him go from Lebanon. That's all I want. So, what?
For the reason that we are talking right now, that you didn't do politics, you just wanted the invaders out of Lebanon.
War is war, politics is politics, yeah.
For such occasion, you didn't agree with the Qatar many times.
Yeah.
And you say that you were in the Phalangist hit list.
Yeah.
From what I know, except for Eden and Shafra, you have said that Bashir was saying constantly that he wanted to take out his brother Amin as well.
Yeah.
How do you think you avoided all this?
Look, the formula we did in the Lebanese Forces was a protection for us, because we were four parties, and the Israeli told us, as long as you are joined, you are together, we help you. When you split, we don't help you. So this was a protection for me, from Amin and Pierre, the big. And Pierre 2 times told Bashir about us, finish them, like this. And Bashir told me, we were one dinner, and when he is happy, he used to say everything, Bashir. He told me, my father told me to finish you. What did you reply? He told me, he told me, no, father, these people are good. But we were protected because the Lebanese forces, the Israelis don't, when they did the Safra, this big fight against the Safra, Bashir asked me, please go to Israel and tell them why we did this. We were pushed to do it. I went there. You should see how they welcome us by shouting. You kill each other with our weapons. We give you weapons to kill each other or to kill your enemies. Shouting. They were very angry. Some people say that no, Israel was happy because they need that. It's a blah blah. They were very angry. I told them now it was a mistake. They did a mistake, but we have to see for the future how to.
You have also said a phrase that Amin is like his father, Bashir was 50% like his father, but people only know the 50% that it was good. Pierre, Amin, and Bashir, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. What is your opinion about the Gemayel family, those three people?
Pierre Gemayel he looked like a saint. He goes to the church and he goes to communion and like Zaza now. He's always like a saint, but it's not true. Pierre Gemayel was a criminal, and his fight was not like us. Pierre Gemayel, his goal was power, how to get to the power, and he succeeded. He sent two presidents to Baghdad, to the presidential, Bashir and Amin. Shamoun couldn't send anyone to not himself also. So all the time, Pierre Gemayel, his eyes were on power, how to get to the presidency, to be president for his son, for Bashir and Amin. And this fight was like this. And for us, Arafat was our enemy. For Pierre Gemayel, no. His enemy was Shamoun and Islamia Frangi. A real enemy, but deep down, yes. Openly, he never attacked Yasser Arafat like we did. Assad used to go to Assad and make politics with Assad. He was not his enemy. His enemy was Islamia Frangi and Shamoun. I'm sorry to say that. This is the truth. Bashir was half. His uncle is Maurice, the brother of his mother. Maurice Gemayel was an intellectual person, very, very good person, very good. And Bashir, even physically, is like his uncle. And he is 50% like his uncle. As a person, as character. I mean, is like his father. He is like his father. But Bashir was 50% like his father, 50% like his uncle. And the people, they know the 50% of Bashir like his uncle. That's why they like him. And he has a good charisma, good character, and when you speak about values with Bashir, he understands you. You can't speak values with Pierre Gemayel. His father, I mean, no values.
What were the traits of Pierre Gemayel that Bashir had? What are the connections? The similarities that
Bashir didn't like his father, and his father didn't like Bashir. He liked, always. He was telling us. My mother is Lebanese Forces, not my father. But he was saying that. Mama was Lebanese Forces, not Papa.
But what is this 50% of Bashir that had similar with his father? About his character, I mean.
The massacre of Eden, who was behind it. The massacre of Safra, who was behind it. And many other things you don't know.
That's why I'm asking you. So as to know and all the other people to know.
A lot of blood.
All right. Last thing before we get out of the Gemayels is that you said you wished Pierre Gemayel statue to be destroyed. When Amin Gemayel told you that the statue of Pierre Gemayel is coming to Lebanon, you said that you thought yourself, I hope it gets destroyed.
I don't understand.
When Amin Gemayel gathered you all and told you that Pierre Gemayel's statue is coming in Lebanon, you thought that you wished for this statue to be destroyed because Pierre Gemayel ruined Lebanon.
That's right.
You referring to the massacres that he did to the other families?
Yeah.
Alright, one of these massacres done by the Gemayels was against the Frangiers Narada in Eden. The commander was Samir Zaza, but after he got shot, he passed out. Is that true? That he got shot, Zaza, and he passed out?
I don't know the details, but what I know, that Tony was shooting. Tony was shooting from inside. He and his bodyguard. He was in sleep, but he was shooting, and Tony was a good fighter. I imagine that he shot Zaza. Zaza was outside. I think so. When his people from Charri, and between Charri and Eden, there is enmity. They are not good. They fight each other, Eden and Charri. Both are Maronite, but they fight always, historically. So when the Charri came to Eden, and it was almost empty, because in winter time it's empty. They go to Zgharta. They go to Zgharta. So when he was shot and he fell down, his people from Charri and Hubaya and the other, all of them, they were there. They shot an RPG to the door. The door was so thick like this. RPG, and start to throw grenades. Tony was killed. They get inside. His wife was in the kitchen. The wife came with the baby, and she was bowing like this, crying. And they came. They shot her head and the baby. What a school! What immorality! The same thing with Dan Shamon. Same thing.
That's the similarities that I found. From what I know, and I think even Cobra says it in his book, From Israel to Damascus, that Zaza passed out and it was Hubeika who continued the fight against Frangier.
All of them the same trick, same band.
Because I see the similarities in the murder of Shamun's family, I want to ask you, I want to tell you first the phrase and then ask you. Eli Hubeika was the commander after Zaza passed out. And he was a serious key figure in the 90s, where Shamun's...
Who told you that Hubeika was the commander?
I read that after Zaza passed out, it was him who led the...
Cobra said that. Cobra?
Yes, I have read that.
I'm not sure. Because more than all of them, they were up. I think even maybe Fuad Abu Nadir, maybe Fadi Frame, all of them, they were up. And because Bashir sent them. And this was the staff of Bashir. But it's not sure that Habaya was the commander.
He was there, not the commander, though.
No.
Okay, I want to ask, who do you think that was behind Danny Shamoun's murdering his family?
No answer.
No answer. Okay.
You should know. You should know from what I said.
I have my own
Let's finish.
suspicions.
Enough.
Okay, all right. Before going to Zaza, I want to close the Hubeika topic. You saved Dili Hubeika 2 times, from what I know. The first one, it was in January 1976 from the leftist Palestinian Alliance.
I forgot.
I have read in your biography that they moved you from the place that you were in January 1976. They transferred you to Beirut, and
Beirut?
yes, while the Battle of the Hotels were taking place.
What?
January 1976.
Yeah.
It was the Battle of the Hotels,
Yeah.
and in your biography said that one of the Kataib commanders, Ili Hubeika, was taken by the leftists and the Palestinians, and you, with the guardians of the Cedars, helped taking him back.
I forget. Maybe.
And the second time it was in Samir Zaza's Intifada in 1986.
No, not the Intifada. When after the Intifada of Samir Zaza, I went to Zahli with these people. After a few months, they prepared an attack to come back to the Christian area. They came and they went inside. They crossed the lines. They crossed the line and they came inside. So Jaja was fighting. We were fighting with Jaja.
I'm referring to the fact that when Zaza was going to hit Hubeika, from what I know, you asked Michel Samoun to take Hubeika
Yes.
and move him
told
to
Jaja
away.
that we want to take him out from because he sieged them and they were. He wanted to kill them. He and Elias Mor. Elias Mor, who became the son of Michel Mor, who became the Minister of Interior. So they proposed me to go inside and to bring them out, to rescue them. After that, I was preparing myself to go and to bring them out. So Michel Aoun was the commander of the army. They proposed that Michel Aoun sent his soldier and took them out to Abda, from Abda to Zahli.
What is your opinion on that person, on Ili Hubeika?
Eli Habaya,
Yes.
same school. But he was, between him and Jaja, I prefer Habaya. Less bad.
Less bad? Which traits Hubeika has that makes him better than Zaza?
Better, Jaja, I don't want to speak about him. I don't want to speak about him.
I have
He
some...
is false. Dr. Jaja is not doctor. From where he got his doctorate? From where? He was not doctor. He did 1 year school, 1 year. He's not doctor. Leader of the Lebanese Forces. He is not the leader of the Lebanese Forces. He was not elected. So how he come? He stole the Lebanese Forces. all the heritage he stole. All is fake. All what he's doing is fake. Not doctor, not the head of the Lebanese Forces, and not the Lebanese Forces of Zaza. You can call it the Lebanese Forces of Zaza, yes, but not the Lebanese Forces, the real Lebanese Forces. These people with Zaza today, they are the new generation, they know nothing about the history of the Lebanese Forces.
When did the Lebanese forces that you have in your mind stopped existing?
When Bashir died. Yeah.
Okay. Regarding Zaza, everyone knows you have had your differences. He did all the things that he did. I don't want to get into these details because the question is about today. Whatever the situation of the past, he got imprisoned for 11 years for going against the Syrian occupation. You went into exile, they imprisoned him. We both know that if Lebanon was still under Syria, Samir Zaza would be inside prison walls. I want to ask you, because the Syrian invader fought both of you, what is your opinion of him today, if anything changed by seeing what he went through by the Syrians and his political career in Lebanon today? If something changed, if you thought something in the past and you changed your mind now.
About Zaza, when he was fighting Michel Aoun, he was coordinating with the Syrians, coordination with the Syrians. And when the Syrian army came and they invaded the palace in Baghdad in 1990, October 1990, he was shelling by cannons. He was shelling the Christian area to help the Syrians to come. And after that, he was coordinating with President Elias Harawi. Harawi, he was nominated by Assad as president. He nominated him. You, Abu George, you are the president. And he was 6 years president, and he gave him more 3 years, 9 years president. And Zaza was coordinating with him. And they asked him to accept the Taif. He accepted the Taif. He go to the Patriarch, and the Patriarch accepted the Taif. Imagine, the Taif, it means no more power to the president. The Patriarch accepted. And they asked him to sell his weapons, all the weapons of the Lebanese forces, tanks and cannons. He sold them. Look, he sold them. And when Assad lost his son, Basil, he went to Syria with 30, 40 people, big, for condolences. He said the whole day for condolences. When he came back, so his own people were asking him, how you go to Syria and you taught us that Syria is your enemy. How you go to Syria? How you go to Syria? Stop this now.
what do you think about the church incident that has Shamir Zaza affiliated with? I read that you talked about this incident with Zaza when you met in Tel Aviv, and his answers were unclear. What do you think about that? Do you think that he's hiding something?
Look, I am against Syria, against Hezbollah, against 100%. But they never exploded, they never destroyed a church. Not Hezbollah, not Syria. Why they went to explode this church on Sunday when the people are inside? Why? I don't think they don't have interest to do it. So what I say, when we met in Tel Aviv, yes, I asked him a lot of questions, he didn't answer. But about the church, what I think, what he told me, I told you what happened to the cause. Where are we? He told me, I don't know, very soon, I don't know. But we will try to change from inside. You know, by his hand, we'll try to change from inside. This was the last word. Change from inside. What you can change from inside. So next day, next week, go to the church. And they hold a meeting in Kaslik. And they say, we don't want to live with the Muslims, we want a Christian ghetto, Christian zone for us. Who is behind this? The one who still have weapons. He sold the weapons, the cannons, but the other weapons are with him. Who is the one who can, if they make this small Christian state, who was able to be the president of this area, of this zone, he was preparing himself. And his ideology is Christian country. المجتمع المسيحي, it means the Christian society, Christian society, Christian. Not as we say Lebanon society, Lebanese society. This is our ideology. Christian. The Christians, my friend, are the head of Lebanon. Now I should tell you this to know. We did keep it. Mm-hmm. With I told you that we had meeting with this philosopher thinking about one of the studies we made, that nations have head and members like people. Why? Nation is a group of people, yes? And what is real for you is real for the nation. You have head and members, and nation have head and members. It was a study, and we started to find the head of France, and we find it. It's the Ile-de-France. Ile-de-France, it's not Normandy, not Alsace, not Lorraine. It's Ile-de-France, the head, and we called it the central atom, which can attract all the Alsace and Lorraine. They went to Germany for a while, and so this attracted. The head in Spain is Castilla. In Spain, the Basque want to go out and the Barcelona out. You have the head of the country. In United States, it took us one year to find the head. Was in Boston, Massachusetts. Where's the head of Lebanon? This is a question. It's here. From Jizin, the two mountains, the Shuf of the Druze and the mountain of the Christian Lebanese. This is the head. If the head here, if you cut the head, it's finished. So if somebody, some invader, he can occupy this area, it's finished. Lebanon is finished. He can occupy this and this and this, but not this, not the head. So the head of Lebanon is here. It's not because the Christians are here. By coincidence, the Christians were here. When in the 5th century, when the Maronite came from Korosh, from Saint Maron, and they were still worshipping Adonis and Ashtaroth, and they were atheists. They became Maronite because the Christians came from here, the monks, and they started to preach. And they turned. They became Christian here. I say, if the Muslims who are on the side as well, on the coast, if the Muslims were here for 1,500 years, they will play the same role of the Christian now. So the important thing is, it's not because they are the Christians, they are fighters, because they are Christians, because they are the inhabitants of the mountain, because they live in the mountain. The people of the mountain are tough, and that's why. So the advantage is not for the religion, for the mountain, for the geography. You know, you understand me? So that's why this is the head of Lebanon. That by coincidence, the Christians are here, the Maronite. That's why they are playing this role. So this is the head of Lebanon. Why we have this problem now in Lebanon? Because the head is sick. The Christian leaders, they are not united. They are bad. They don't have vision, no vision, nothing. That's why when the head is sick, the whole body is sick. The Druze are still good. They are still together. That's why we can be. I have still hope that Lebanon is good, because part of the head is still good, part of the head. But Zaza, I don't trust him. He is against Hezbollah. He said some word against Hezbollah, maybe to get money from Saudi Arabia, but under the table, I know they have negotiation, and they have this one messenger between everywhere. They can do everything. He can do everything. Like he was with Syria against Michel Aoun. He was with the Syrians. And now he can be with Hezbollah easily. If you find that he's interested to go with Hezbollah, we'll do it. Don't trust them. So what was we saying?
We were saying about the church incident.
The church incident. So what I think, I forgot.
Okay, we can. I got all the answers that I wanted from the church incident.
The church. What I think that the church.
You were talking about he wanted a region for himself to govern.
He wanted a region for himself to govern. This is what I think.
So he wanted to withdraw from all the mistakes he did by trying to change it from inside, by creating a Muslim-Christian conflict. And the Muslims are killing us. We need to revolt.
Yes, the next day in Kaslik, the monks there, they make a meeting and they give what you call
Conference.
press release that we want a area for us, a region for us. We cannot live with the Muslims.
Claiming that the Muslims
Who is behind
have
this?
created.
Who is behind this?
Yes.
He was the only leader still there. Aoun went out, and he was still had weapons. And so I think it's. I don't have proofs, but this is logic.
Yes. Okay. To go out from this topic, Nagina Jar commented that you were the only leader who fought in the war and came out poor.
Yes, when I took the decision not to steal, not to touch money, not. It means yes, not poor. I'm living. I'm not begging. Thank God, I'm living. I am rich because I think I have good reputation. And this is enough. This is more than enough. Everywhere, when you go to Lebanon and you say Abu Arz, the garden of the Cedars, these people are good, are clean. They don't have blood on their hands, Christian blood. This is enough. I am rich. This is.
Right? I read that a relative of yours, while went to renew her passport in Beirut, the officials in Beirut told her that Syria fears you, Abu Arz, the most of all because you represent the truth. What was Syria's moves against you after your exile?
When I escaped from Zaza, from the...
After Israel's exit from the south?
No, before. Before, it's 1990, the fight between Zaza and Aoun. I left from the sea, I came to Cyprus, from Cyprus to Israel, from Israel to Jizin. Jizin was with the SLA.
I'm asking after the withdrawal of SLA from the south.
Now let us go to Jizin. I am in Jizin. I was in Jizin for 10 years. From 1990 to 2000. 2000 we left. We withdrew from. But while I was in Jizin, the Christian area fell down. The Syrian took it with Zaza. Yes? So I consider Jizin and the south as the next choice instead of the Christian area. So we have Jizin and the south. This is the free area. And I started there. All my fighters, I sent them to the SLA, to the South Lebanese Army. And I started every day my articles against Syria, press conference against Hafez Assad personally. And every time I gave a strong press conference, they used to call the court, the military court, give him 10 years. Give him, next one, give him 20. Give him for life. And the last one was for death sentence. And the Lebanese court used to send me with some friends, common friends, Sorry, Abu Arz, this is, we are not, we are sorry because these are instructions. We are following the instructions. So they gave me 10 or 12, what do you call that?
Years in
Not years.
Verdicts.
verdicts.
Yeah.
Death penalties, life imprisonment, 20 years.
But after SLA's withdrawal from the south,
Yeah.
that you left the free areas of Lebanon and you went into exile, what was Syria's moves against you?
The verdicts.
Did Syria try to reach you after you left Lebanon?
Yes, when I came to Cyprus, 2-3 times Israel was calling me to go back.
To Lebanon?
No,
To Israel, so as to protect you?
to Israel. Why? Because we have information that they want to kill you in Cyprus. They are looking for you. So I used to stay 3 or 4 months and come back like this. Now they forgot me. Oh, now they finished. Syria is finished.
Now Syria has bigger problems.
You know this, we say always that Lebanon is a sacred country. So Jesus came to Tyre, to Sidon, and he was living in the Galilee. The Galilee was with the Phoenician. And the first miracle he did in Lebanon, in Cana. So, and he came to Sidon, to Sura. We say this is a sacred country, and this is true. Not only because of Jesus, because of a lot of things. Anybody who attacked Lebanon, he finished. He finished by he was, and look the Palestinians, the PLO, all this organization, where are they? It's like salt in the water, they finished. Syria, what is Syria? Syria was 30 years in Lebanon. They used to nominate the president, the government, the prime minister, and everybody was saying, finished, Lebanon is finished. Lebanon is part of Syria forever. I was laughing because I know history. I used to tell them, I wrote this, that one day we'll go to make deterrent forces in Syria, like the deterrent forces came to Lebanon.
It happened.
What happened? So where is Syria now? There's no Syria. Iran, soon you will see Iran. Now they are controlling Lebanon. Wait a little bit and you will see. It's coming early, in the near future. Iran will vanish. So we are not afraid about Lebanon. All they go and Lebanon will stay. Sakr was saying before the war, we were discussing the ideology of the party. He is our master. Lebanon is stronger than America and the Soviet Union together. You should believe in this. He was saying that. Stronger than. Now I ask myself, and I ask you, we have 2 million Syrians. Bring 2 million Syrians to Cyprus. Cyprus finished next day. How they are living for 10 years they are there. 2 million and they are. And plus we have 500,000 Palestinians. And all of them are against Lebanon. And Lebanon is how this country is living. No government, no president. There's something strange. Not logical.
I will ask you about Lebanon's future in a bit. First, I want to...
If you send 2 million, it means almost half of the population. If you send to 30 million Algerian to France, France is finished.
Yes.
And how this country is still, how they are living, how they are drinking, how they are eating, I don't know.
You have commented years ago, many years ago, when the Syria's civil war started, you have commented on Syria's civil war that you supported the anti-Assad forces, the forces that went against Assad.
I still supported them.
That's what I want to ask. Now, 10 years later, we were shown the nature of the Free Syrian Army. We know what the Free Syrian Army was. What do you think of it? Do you still believe that what happened in Syria was some people starting a revolution?
Of course. It was a real revolution, and they were about to win. 1 week. It was a matter of 1 week, and Assad will fly, will run away. So they ran to the Iranian. The Iran was helping them. Sorry. And then when they found that they are going to lose, the Free Syrian Army was 70,000, 80,000. And they were about to finish the. So they ran to Moscow, to Putin, please, 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 and he came and he started boom, boom, with the warplane, destroying the houses with the people, while the people are inside. And everything, and Obama was there, the big traitor. Obama was against them, America against them, Putin against them, everybody was against them, so they lost.
But I have seen...
But now they are still in Idlib.
Yes.
And they have a role to do. I will tell you later.
Before getting stuck in Idlib, I was seeing that the Al-Nusra Front and such organizations were taking major parts of the Free Syrian Army.
Who?
The Al-Nusra Front.
Al-Nusra.
Al-Nusra.
They are there, yes.
They were taking major parts of the Free Syrian Army. Was it really a revolution against Assad, or it was a Sunni uprising trying to take Assad's power?
Yes, it's Sunni because Assad are against Sunnah. Why he sent outside 12 million people? 12 million Sunnah. Because he wanted to change the demography, because the Alawite are 13% of the population, 13, and the Christian 5-6%, and some Sunnah okay, but 80% Sunnah cannot afford it. That's why he sent them out. 2 million here, 3 million in Jordan, 5 million in Turkey. We want to get rid of them.
What would you think that the best outcome for the Christians of Syria would be? It would be if the Free Syrian Army won,
Yeah.
or it would be this.
Yeah,
All right?
yeah.
Now we go again back in Lebanon. Many people in the West see Hezbollah as a resistance movement.
No.
They do not even know, I'm talking because I know such people, they do not even know about the relationship this organization had and still has with Christians. They do not know it.
Yeah?
They don't know how against Christians it is. They do not know it.
Look, not against Christian directly. They don't believe in Lebanon. They believe in the Ummah. It means the Islamic world. And that Lebanon is part of this. Not a free country like we believe. But they are not against the Christian to kill them and to not
You fought...
They are terrorists, yes. And they are kidnapping Lebanon, yes. And they are Lebanon is poor because of them, yes. Lebanon is corrupted because of them, yes. But they are not shooting the Christians. They are killing their enemies, yes. The people who are speaking against them, yes. From all religion, not Christian. They are terrorists. They are sending drugs everywhere. Yes. Terrorists, yes. Fighting Israel, yes. We are against it because we prefer Israel to them. Much more better than them, Israel. Israel is our ally in this. As minority, as people, as civilized people, why we have problems? Why we should have problem with Israel?
You have fought Hezbollah since its foundation. Since the beginning, you fought Hezbollah.
We used to call him in our station, we have a radio station, the party of Satan. Right.
Can you tell us what were the doings of Hezbollah in the beginning, while it was still trying to gain power, before having the power that it has now? What were its moves to the people?
Why it became powerful?
In the beginning, before it became powerful, what was it doing?
It's Iran. 2 times it happened. 1982, when Israel came and arrived to Beirut, Israel and Beirut, Assad went to coma. Then he lost everything. 82, 85 airplane, he lost everything, and the army. So Sharon came to Beirut, Assad in coma. After 1 month, 2 months, he woke up. What happened? They told him, where are the Israelis? And they stopped in Hamdou, before the Dika. Why they stopped in Hamdou? They didn't go further because it was empty. The army, the Syrian army ran away. Our people in Zahle, they went to the Syrian, they were on the hills, the Syrians. They found the tanks empty. So they took the machine gun and everything they took. It was empty. So why is I didn't go further? And I asked Menachem Begin personally, because he was my friend. Why? He told me, look, my friend, look, this letter sent, not letter, it was a telegram like this, from Reagan. If you don't stop in half an hour, we will stop all our ammunition and weapons for you. Stop everything. Half an hour. So they stopped in Hamdou. They didn't go further. So Assad gave the order to clean the Bekaa, clean everybody, and to send the army again. And look what happened. He called Khomeini. Khomeini was still alive. He told him, I want your help to kick out the Israeli army from Lebanon. Word by word. So Khomeini sent him the Garden Revolution. This garden. They came to Baalbek. And this Nasrallah was still young, he was training there, and they started to train them ideology and fighting. In 82 they started to make operation against Israel. They bombed the headquarters entire of the Israeli. Then they bombed the Marines, the American Marines. They lost 249 Marines. You know how much it cost one Marine to become a Marine? Millions. 249 in 1 minute they lost. And the French, 49, I think. So he succeeded to get the. They didn't leave for that, but they left because Gemayel he cancelled the 17th May agreement, and this was the biggest mistake that the Christians did. If we have signed the 17th May agreement, now we don't have war in Lebanon. Hezbollah is not existing. This is the big mistake of Gemayel, what they did. Bashir, Amin, and Pierre, all of them were against. So they succeeded to put the Israeli out. Assad and Khomeini. 2003, America came and invaded Iraq. Bashar was in Syria, not Hafiz. And Ali Khomeini was in. The same scenario. Bashar called Ali Khomeini and told him, we want to kick the Americans out of Iraq. Okay. And they start to send all these who became Daesh and Al-Qaeda, they sent them to Syria. In Syria, they used to train them, weapons and bomb, etc., to Syria, to Iraq, boom, boom, boom. These roadside bombs and everything was coming from Syria. And the American, what? We know that Syria, you are sending us for so and so, stop this, Bashar Assad. We have 300 kilometers of borders with Iraq. We cannot control all this. Help us to control this long borders. Not one American told Bashar how, when Saddam was president, how he was controlling the border. They are naive. So when the Americans were angry, he used to tell, this is new, he used to tell them, the intelligence services, give them a bone. Give them a bone. That you give a bone to a dog to shut down, stop the. So they were preparing what you call that? Preparing something, a terrorist action against the Americans, and they used to call them that on that day you will have a problem in this place, people are trying to, they catch them, and they start to praise Assad. Praise! I'm following every day, I'm reading it, I'm taking notes. Praise Assad, he thanked Assad because he saved American lives. Well, American lives. And then go send more people to fight in Iraq, more people. After that, the Americans are now, what are you doing, Abu Arz? Send them a bomb, another bomb for the dog. They used to fabricate some terrorist place, and they give them, go there and you will find that it's against you. The American goes and start to praise again the Syrians, and that's why they lost in Iraq. They won militarily in Iraq, and they lost politically.
The Americans.
The Americans, they won militarily. They won in 1 month. They invaded everything. Boom. It was successful, but politically they lost everything. They gave Iran. They gave Iraq to Iran. Not them. They gave their ignorance. Iraq. Iran took Iraq like this because of their mistakes. Because they are naive.
Regarding the question about Hezbollah and Christians that I wanted to ask, is that many people in the West don't understand how in a country with so many Christians in Lebanon, the Hezbollah is the state within a state. And they think that this happens because Christians agree with it.
Not right. We have this traitor, Aoun, who make an alliance with Hezbollah. This Aoun, now he represents nobody. He's finishing. His party is about to finish. But not the Christian. The majority of the Christians are against Hezbollah, and the Sunnah, and the Druze, and part of the Shia. And the more Hezbollah will get weak, the more Shia will be against them. And now, if you see the villages on the borders of Israel, like Gaza, no more villages. Now the winter is coming, and people, when they go back, they don't find their houses. What they say, they will turn against Nasrallah. What I smell, I believe, and this is the beginning of the end of Hezbollah, and soon Iran. It's coming.
So that leads me to a very good question that I wanted to make, is what do you see in Lebanon's situation right now? Do you think Hezbollah will drive Lebanon into a war with Israel?
It drove already. The war is,
I mean a full-scale
the
war.
war is going on. Yes, I think that it will go more. It cannot finish like this. Especially they have 60,000 Israelis who are out of their houses. They want to come back to the borders. The settlements are empty, and they are living in the hotels in Tel Aviv, and they want to go back.
So you think that the threats that we hear from both sides are not just empty threats?
No.
A full-scale war will happen.
I hope.
You hope?
I hope. Because this is the only chance that we have to get rid of Hezbollah. The only chance. Israel saved Lebanon in 1982 when they kicked out the Palestinians. 15,000 terrorists went with Arafat out of Lebanon. They cleaned the South Lebanon from the organization, and they kicked out the Syrians, and they gave the power to Mr. Gemayel. And Mr. Gemayel, when he took the power, he turned his back to the Israel.
Gemayel.
Bashir also.
Bashir, but he was only for 21 days.
Bashir, the decision was taken by Pierre Gemayel, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And during the meetings, Pierre Gemayel, the big, was telling us, I will not allow to any Gemayel to sign with Israel. We don't want to open one door and close 22 doors.
The Arab states.
He was saying this every day. And Bashir, his meeting with Begin in Nahariya was failure.
From your knowledge on Lebanon, from your knowledge of Lebanon, do you think that in an upcoming war that will happen, the Lebanese people will fight side by side with Hezbollah, or the Lebanese society will be split in half?
The majority will be against Hezbollah, and the majority of the Lebanese people are willing the war are praying to have war between Israel and Hezbollah. Even if, tell him about it. Then he was in Beirut, and he was coming here. He took a taxi to the airport, and the driver was Shia from the borders, from these villages who are destroyed now. If you tell you what he was saying, we ask God to come, that Israel come and finish this Hezbollah from here. So this is Shia. The Sunni are ipso facto. The Sunni are against, and the Christians are against, and the Jews are against.
All right. We are getting into a big topic right now. It's the topic that we spoke off camera, and I told you that when the camera starts rolling again, I want to say the same things again. First, I will make an introduction about how I realized the whole issue. I learned about the war that happened in Lebanon for 15 years, some years ago, and I immediately recognized the similarities between Lebanon's situation back then and my country's, Greece, situation. Cyprus and the rest of Europe as well has the same situation. You live in Cyprus for so many years now. How do you see the situation in Cyprus right now? All the refugees crisis, together with the foreign occupation, the Turkish occupation. Does it resemble the 60s and 70s in Lebanon?
Absolutely. They are making the same mistake that we made. Open the borders, they open the borders, and they welcome all these refugees from, take Europe, Algeria, Morocco, Libya, not Libya. Now in France they have almost 10 million. And look what's happening. And who is behind this? The leftist party. The leftist party. Mélenchon, Jean-Luc Mélenchon, today he is the head of the extreme left. He is calling for foreigners to come now. So everywhere when you find leftists, you find problem, because they don't care about their countries, about the future of their country. They don't have vision for the future. That's why I support the nationalism everywhere, to be a good patriot, a good patriot, a good for the Cypriot, a good Cypriot, and not to open the borders. You should keep in Cyprus, let us say 5–10% maximum of the whole population, the people that you need to work, etc., etc. But not more. When it becomes 11, stop, you close. The foreigners in Lebanon, 1975. If the Palestinians were 500,000, yes? If the Palestinians were 10,000, they could make the war. So the number is the problem. Always the number is the problem. And the big problem that they get a lot of children. Now in Lebanon, the 2 million Syrians, they got, I don't know how many thousand babies there are. Babies. On the TV, they show one man, 3 women, 29 children, in 2–3 tents. You don't have nothing to do, but just to bring children. Every year. And he was saying, I want to marry another one and to bring more. It's not working.
And get paid by the refugees, United Nations.
This is the big problem. The demography. And demography, it means in democracy that they will take the power, because the number is, when you are majority, you take the power. So Europe will lose the power if they continue like this, if they don't stop it, close the border, and get rid of all the refugees you have, especially the illegal people. Put them out. Charité bien ordonnée commence par soi-même. The good charity start by yourself, but make your don't make charity with somebody else when you need it. Look for yourself, take care of yourself, of your country, and then you see what you do, if you can help somebody else. But the priority is for you, for your country. To have a country, a safe country. This is what you should do. That's why I encourage all the nationalists to take the power and to take care of their countries. Otherwise, they will have the same problem of Lebanon, same destiny, the same tragedy, if you want. Tragedy. In Cyprus here now, you go to Finikudis, down to downtown, black, Bangladesh, black and half black and don't know what. What's that? What's that?
Not Cypriots. They're not Cypriots, that's what it is.
They are not Cypriot, they are mixed.
I wanted to refer to an occasion that happened last year in the summer in an area of Paphos, the Chloraka. It was about the Syrian gangs there trying to make their ghetto.
Because of the number.
Because of the number, yes.
When the number is big, it's a big problem. Plus, pay attention. Don't put them in a ghetto together. Spread them. Put them far from each other, because together they start to make problems and to think how to steal, how to do, how to kill. Together. When you spread them, they are less dangerous. It doesn't mean you have to keep them. Spread them and then put them out.
The same thing was going on in the refugee camps in Lebanon. They used them as their headquarters, as their training camps. Same thing again. Okay, now that we reach the part of the nationalists trying to take care of their countries, I want to ask about a recent event that happened the previous month in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
What is your opinion of what was happening until recently in the United Kingdom? Is this the image of a society that heads towards a clash between foreigners and locals?
I think this is the beginning. Because people have enough. The crime that happened in Paris 2-3 years ago, Bataclan. Imagine people were in the theater and somebody come from outside with Kalashnikov and a lot of them. You start to kill them like this. So why? Because of the number. As long as they are few thousand, you can control them. But when they become 10 million, you cannot control them.
Wasn't the same thing that happened this Sunday of April 13, 1975, to the church in Ashrafia with a shooting?
This was the trigger.
I don't remember.
It was in Al Rumana? I thought it was in Ashrafia.
No, I remember. Look, my friend, this is not the the reason why the war started. It could happen in another place. The war was ready, but it was waiting for the trigger to. So I remember this incident in the church. It was the incident. But if this incident didn't happen, it means the war didn't. The war was coming, with this incident or without.
When did things started to seem serious in Lebanon during this period? When you understood that, okay, we have...
Just 3 years before, when they start the Palestinians to fight the army, and the army was not allowed to retaliate due to the bad politicians we have, coward. They didn't give the order to the army to go on and to finish them.
Lebanon, right now, as you told me, has 2 million Syrians and 500,000 Palestinian refugees. And on top of that, it has an Iranian proxy that has more power than the state's army.
Of course.
What do you think is the solution for that? And I want to ask you another question. Is Lebanon today in a worse position than it was in the 70s, right now?
Look, in the 70s, I told you that the whole world was against us. America, Soviet Union, and Europe was against us. Today, no. The whole world not against us. They are neutral, they are ignorant, they don't, etc. Okay. But they are not against us like 75. They were pushing us to go. They asked us to go to America. We send you the ships if you want to go out. Today it's not like this. It's Hezbollah, backed by Iran. Okay? And now they have war with Israel. We hope that this war will continue, and we hope that Israel will win. It will be a big help for Lebanon. I think this is our chance to get rid of Hezbollah.
Is war the only solution, or is there a little political solution?
There is no political solution. With Hezbollah, there is no political solution. It's exactly like when you have a piece of iron, and it's jalak,
Twisted.
and you want to fix it. Put it on the fire. When it's red, boom, you get it. And if you don't put it on the fire, when it's cold, you try it. This is a political solution. And that one is the military solution. Always the military solution is better.
When the Palestinians started the whole war in Lebanon, I want you to tell us what was the leftist stance of Lebanon.
They were fighting with the Palestinians, as everywhere.
They didn't care that in your resistance army there were people that there were their cousins, their brothers, they didn't care about that. In the Lebanese forces.
Yeah.
There were not people that they were divided.
Inside the Lebanese forces?
Let's say one family member is in the Lebanese forces and another family member is in the SSNP.
From the same family?
Yes.
This is, it's not, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
No.
But the all leftist parties, the communists, the SSNP, they took the side of the invaders.
Of course. Of course. As everywhere. In Europe, the same.
Yes, but some people believe that when a war starts, the leftists may help the resistance and not the invaders. Some people believe.
No,
But in Lebanon we saw that didn't happen.
no. They are against. Try to read about Jean-Luc Mélenchon. Jean-Luc Mélenchon. You get sick. You get sick. He is the extreme leftist. You get sick. He's against France.
To close the interview, I want to ask some question about your last 30 years.
The year 23, 22.
Generally, it is about your exile, and I will come to that. I want to say first, nationalists in all West right now are being persecuted, imprisoned, or driven into exile in other countries. You are currently more than 20 years into exile. The first question is, how is your relationship with your relatives and your loved ones all these years?
Family,
Yes.
very good relationship. They are coming, going.
From as far as I know, your two daughters are very famous singers in Lebanon. They are two of the most famous singers in Lebanon.
Yeah.
How do they feel that they don't have their father next to them?
They feel bad. It's not. It's normal.
I'm asking you because, just like you, there are many people in all over Europe that face the same problem. And
Yeah.
I want to ask you,
Yeah.
because you are a person who faces this problem, but also you are a person who fought for more than 20 years for his country.
Yeah.
So I believe your how you see these things, your opinion is very important.
It's difficult, my friend. It's difficult to live alone, far from your family, when you have principles, and when you are committed to your principles, you have to pay the price. This is the price of commitment. I am committed to my cause, especially that I have a lot of martyrs. Just 2 days ago, we were celebrating the memory of the martyrs. And for me, the martyrs, I love them. I love them. It's the most precious thing in my life. I love the martyrs. In Jazin, when I was in South, in the sitting room, big sitting room, all the martyrs, the picture of the martyrs were on the wall. I was living between them. And my wife was telling me, my daughter, take the photos out. I was living with them. Because when I write, and they are watching me, I cannot make mistake. You cannot. They see you.
The last question is a question that I wanted to keep for the last. It's the ideal question to close this.
Yeah.
What do you have to say to all the people that face the same persecution you do, just because they want to help their people and to help their country?
To help what I tell them,
They face the same persecution. The people that they are in prison for that they have to be separated from the family because they want to help their country. What do you say to them?
same. They should be patient. Patience, perseverance. This This is our weapons. Patience, perseverance, prayers, the 3P. I was telling my friends, when you have this weapons, they ask me how much in 23 years and 10, 33, 10 in Jazir, far from your house, 33 years. How we are living? I'm using my weapons, 3P. Patience, perseverance, means determination, and prayer, because I believe in God. And I know that God, when you ask Him, He will help you, He will give you patience. If you have the 3P, nobody can beat you. Nobody can beat you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend.